Yeah, man. I think this is gonna be episode 85 of the Just Chilling podcast. I'm with my boy Scotty, right? It's Scotty.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, man. We're gonna be talking about wrestling today, so I really don't get that many views on my wrestling videos, so I don't think nobody see it. But it still need to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? That you watched Impact last night.
I caught the main event and a little bit of the beginning of it. Yeah,
Yeah. So Kenny Omega is like triple crown champion right now. Um, I think that's crazy. I think that's historic on a lot of different levels. Um, what do you think about it?
it's not happened in a long, long time, if not ever. I don't think not simultaneously. I know there's been a few wrestlers who's won the big strap individually within a few companies, but never at the same time. So this is new territory, and it's exciting to see what's going to happen now.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I didn't catch that much of it. I caught the main finish last night
Right.
when he beat Rich Swann. Shout out to Rich Swann, who I got a lot of respect for. He's really good in the ring, and I feel
Yeah.
like that was a good match. I'm gonna go back and rewatch the whole match over again, but my server was fucking up really bad last night, and I couldn't I couldn't get it load up until like the last 10 minutes of the fight actually. So
Yeah. The main event is actually on YouTube as well if you want to catch it on there.
it is how you find it.
I just typed in, actually, I typed in Kenny Omega, and one of the first results that popped up was the full match of last night's main event, him and Rich Swann. And I think it was like 20, I think it was 25 minutes in its entirety, but it's on there. It was really good. I watched it again this morning.
Yeah, man. I'm just amazed. I don't I don't think no, like you said, I don't think nobody's done it. I mean, they said somebody had done it, but I don't know from going from promotion to promotion. I mean, you know a lot of people say that wrestling's fake or it's staged and stuff like that, but it doesn't matter for you to
Right,
go to from one promotion to another promotion, pick up pick up on what they're doing, get the
right.
respect from the locker room or not. You know what I'm saying? Either way, be their champion. And what's up with
Right.
the AAA belt he's got?
He's had that actually for a while now. I'm not sure when he last defended that thing, but he's had that thing for a while now. I think he's just now starting to actually show it more because of the new championship that he's earned. So now he can actually start promoting it more now that he has three because it actually looks better on him to carry around three. So, but he hasn't really defended that. Like it's like Moxley from AEW. He was the IPGW United States champion. I think he for almost 2 years straight, and he had that belt while he was in AEW, but never really showed it off on TV. Never really made a big deal about it, but he was still recognized as that champion. But I think that's kind of the where Kenny Omega was at. He was still a champion. He just never really showed it off, not until now.
Yeah. And then like if you follow him like from leader of the Bullet Club in Japan, he was the man in Japan as well. He had a reign over there as
Right.
well where he was just as big as he's getting now. So people that have followed him like me and probably you since he's been over there in Japan, like he was the man over there. And
Yeah, him, AJ Styles, Balor.
yeah, well, that's what I said. He's on a short list though. He's on a short list. I don't even think Jay White. I mean, Jay White's the man over there, but I don't know. What do you think of Jay? I don't know if he's like, is he in that echelon where they are as far as
Not
work?
yet. He's not yet. He's very talented and he'll get there eventually, but he's not on that level where he can call himself Kenny Omega yet. He's not there yet.
Yeah, and like you said, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, they had it, and those guys, like I said, that's a short list of people who have been the
Yeah,
man in Japan and came over here in the States and have
yeah,
had that same reception over here. And he's starting to get it now. And I think, some people are catching on that didn't catch on before, but they're starting to see now how good of a worker he is, how good of a promo he is, how good of a showman he is, all of that. You know what I'm saying? He can move merch. Um, I posted something online and I was trying to get not Robert, but Marcus Walker to get on. He was talking shit. He was like what do you say? Bobby Lashley can whoop his ass, or Roman Reigns can whoop his ass.
Yeah.
And I was saying maybe Roman, but I don't know. I don't know as far as Bobby Lashley go, because like he come from the fight world, so UFC and
Right.
so the wrestling world it boils down to how pretty much carrying a company.
Yeah. It makes me curious now to see if WWE will do anything else with AEW. I know they had the Jericho on the Steve Austin podcast, and that was the first ever like cross promotion they had with AEW. And I think by doing that, it kind of showed that WWE is not scared of AEW, but that just might be a one-off thing. I don't see them working together anytime soon. But maybe even think about having that dream match with Roman and Omega.
Yeah.
It would blow ticket sales out of the water, pay-per-views out of the water. That would be a great match.
Yeah, that's what people want to see. They want to see Omega and Roman as far as WWE go. But like I said, I think like Lashley isn't really there like
No.
as far as like mic skills,
Right.
showmanship. And I got a hell of a lot of respect for Bobby Lashley. But I feel like even Bobby Lashley, but I feel like even he would do the job, for Omega. But
Yeah.
you don't know who would do the job between Roman
Yeah.
and
That's
Ken.
the only reason why I don't see that like maybe going down right away is because WWE they're going to be the ones that are wanting to go over, and then vice versa they're going to have AEW and they're going to have it in their mind and they want to go over, and it's going to be a clash and back and forth because they both want that top spot. So who do they give it to? So that's why I don't really see them that going down right away because they would obviously be arguing back and forth on what company they want on top. So that
Yeah.
might be a little bit of a hard thing to get through.
So what do you think? You think Kenny's gonna be? I mean, he's already been like preparing for it, appearing on Impact and AEW every week.
Right.
So I mean, as champion, you really don't have to show up as much, but you do have to make a couple appearances out of the month though on each promotion.
Yeah. I think it's good for him. He gets more mainstream recognition. I know Impact really ain't the biggest promotion in the world anymore. But now with Kenny Omega being their champion, that's going to be a lot more eyes on Impact Wrestling. Almost at AEW, but Impact Wrestling because as good as Rich Swann was, he's not as big his name as Kenny Omega. And now you're having Kenny Omega as your Impact World Champion. That gets you a hell of a lot more people watching Impact than it did when Rich Swann was champion. So that's one of the reasons I think they put it on Kenny is to help skyrocket Impact Wrestling, and I think that's what he's going to do.
Hmm. Yeah, I was wondering, what was the idea behind that? Because
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean that's hell, but that's a lot of work though. That's carrying two
Yeah.
promotions. That's carrying two TV shows,
Yeah.
running weekly. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of
Right.
work. A lot of fucking work.
Yeah, that's like putting CM Punk on Impact Wrestling. That automatically gets people watching and viewing and talking and like engaging. It's that name. And now he's the Impact World Champion. Impact's going to have a lot more YouTube views. They're going to be a lot more people viewing every week just because of that name. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons because it's Kenny Omega and people want to see that now, and that's going to spike a lot of the ratings for Impact.
Right. So yeah, so they working closely with AEW as far as that goes. I mean, what's next after that though? I mean, he's just gonna carry them two promotions. I mean, really, you don't really. That's what I'm saying. That's why last night was such a big moment to
Yeah.
me because he's gonna be carrying these two promotions, and I hate to put more and more and more on somebody, but what else do you want him to do? In my
Right.
eyes, he's done. He's done his
Right.
he's done his shit. I mean, the next thing you could do was the knock on WWE's door. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
That's the
I don't
only
see him. Yeah, I don't see him going to Ring of Honor or anything. I'm not sure if Ring of Honor actually has a working deal with him as well. But other than WWE, really Ring of Honor is the only other major organization out there. So yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right, man. WWE and Ring of Honor, that's the only two that's left.
yeah. And I mean, I just like I said, I just want to get on here and get a man his credit, man, because you gotta have a lot of respect. You gotta carry a lot of weight. You gotta move a lot of merch
Right.
two promotions to really name you as their guy, and that's
Right.
what it's saying. And I don't think these are gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a short reign either, because I mean he's already picking up time as far as AEW champion goes. He's picking up a
Right.
lot of days as far as that champion. I think he's gonna have a lot of days as an Impact
Yeah.
Impact champion as well. Excuse me.
Yeah. I kind of wonder if he's going to win more gold in AEW now, maybe a tag strap or the TNT title, or maybe go for more gold in Impact, and just keep on adding to his collection. Maybe that's going to be his new gimmick or new character wise, just to get more gold and gold and gold. I don't know.
You know what I thought would be a good angle though. It went through my head today. If he went after the TNT title with Darby
Yeah.
Allin, but he had a hard time getting that one from him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe he had some outside interference in a few matches, so that'll be a good angle to explore. As far as keeping it on him and pushing Darby Allin up. I know they really want Darby Allin to be a superstar. He is, but as far as getting recognition and stuff, he's gonna have to get in the ring
Right.
or John Moxley, at some point.
Yeah, I'm so happy that Kenny Omega is where he's at right now, because last year they was not using him at all. He was definitely not the cleaner that he was in New Japan. He didn't have much going on with him at all. He was a face, but he was not being used. He wasn't really doing much. And then now this year he's on top of the world. So I'm glad they actually got on that train while they still could, and brought him to where I knew where he could be, because I was so mad last year when he wasn't doing nothing. And now this year.
Why do you think that was? Just a new company?
I think so. And they wanted to put the belt on Moxley just because he was a WWE name.
And
And
Jericho too. They did on Jericho, Moxley.
yeah, they wanted the recognition. They wanted the people, the more real recognizable names. Not that Kenny Omega wasn't recognizable. It's just him, and it was only recognizable to the hardcore fans who watched him in New Japan. So what the casual fans, they don't really watch New Japan like us hardcore fans do. So that they might have heard his name here and there or seen him a little bit, but they really didn't know Kenny Omega. So maybe they was just trying to build him up over here in the States. So now that they can actually be something now. But
Yeah.
I think that might have been the real reason, just because a lot of casual fans didn't know who he was.
Well, I knew when he was coming over to AEW that he was gonna have this was the main reason of them forming AEW, for him to have at least one great run, and this is that great
Yeah.
run that he's having right now. I just didn't know when it was gonna come. Like you said, I thought they was gonna come out the gate with it, but they kind of waited. I think, in my opinion, I think they were trying to establish themselves and establish the locker room too, to a certain extent. I think they wanted people to get to know, Darby Allin and MJF and freaking Warlow and a lot of those other, talent. I think
Yeah.
they wanted to get some eyes on them for a while. Even what's the trio? SCU. They wanted them to get some, recognition last year. So it boils down to, what they're okay with doing, and what I'm saying, what Kenny's okay with let go on. I still think Kenny's got a big say in what's going on. Even last
Yeah.
year, I
Yeah.
feel like he had a big
Absolutely.
say in what's going on.
Yeah. He's got a big enough name. He's definitely probably the top wrestler in one of the top wrestlers in the world, not let alone AEW. So when you got that going for you, in my mind, I have Orton, AJ, Daniel Bryan, and Omega, not necessarily in that order, but I think Omega is definitely top three. Him and Daniel Bryan, are right there. And
We
then
could get Omega and Bryan.
yeah,
Woo.
yeah, and with Bryan fighting on Friday, with that match with Roman, if he loses, he ends up leaving SmackDown or whatever. I wonder if that's a bigger angle to where he eventually gets out of his contract and goes over to AEW. But I don't know, because he has that show with his wife that's produced by WWE. So I don't know if that's the
Yeah, but you
area
also
that he
said
can
that
go.
Vince is okay with them working with
Yeah,
AEW.
yeah. So man, that's what I want. I want AEW and WWE to have a working relationship. That would help save wrestling, I think, and I think it would be good for everybody involved. I just I think their egos are too big to work together right now. But
Yeah.
if they can get
What you
together and
thinking
do
like a
something,
year? I was saying if they work toward something, maybe even at a WrestleMania next year.
yeah, or a big battle royal, put both companies together, like the greatest Royal Rumble. It had 50 superstars in it. You take 25 from Raw and SmackDown, and you take 25 from AEW, and you put them in a ring together. You have a 50-man battle royal that just to show off that competition. That would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I don't know, man. It's just incredible to, like I said, to watch. Like I said, I don't remember somebody posted a picture of somebody who had a lot of belts in Impact at some point. I can't think of who that was, but they said it's been done before. I go ahead and give them credit because I did see it. But still, the name that the name that he has, nobody's doing it like he's doing it right now.
No.
Like I said, now even potentially thinking about jumping at WWE as far as what they're gonna do, because I know they watch it. I know the talent watches it. You know what I'm saying? They know
Right.
what's going on. No Baron Corbin's watching
Hmm.
it. I'll take a Kenny and Baron match, man.
Yeah. I think Joe is going to show up, and after the whole no non-compete clause, and I think that's going to be one of Kenny Omega's biggest challenges yet is Samoa Joe. Um, I think he goes. I don't know. On last night on the pay-per-view, they did the whole Slammiversary commercial preview or whatever, and they put Samoa Joe on that graphic. So does that mean that he's going over to AEW or going back to Impact? I don't know. Maybe they just did that just
Now,
to
do you
swerve
have any
people.
insight on how injured he is? Do you think he would just come and commentate on those shows, or do you think he's got a possibility to work?
If he can stay healthy, Joe's a really good performer, man.
Yeah, one of the best, man.
Yeah, he had a couple uh, violations with WWE with the wellness policy, and then he had a couple injuries. But other than that, he's a solid worker, despite his age. And he's really not even that old. He's probably about as old as AJ is, if not a little bit younger. But he still has a
I think
couple.
he's
He
41,
still
I
has
think.
a handful of years left in him.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
man, dude. I mean, fucking. You see, Ric Flair was wrestling Shawn Michaels at like
yeah,
60. So
yeah,
it just depends on the angles, man.
yeah.
Angles and what you can work with. What you even Undertaker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's really the one that keeps going and going.
Yeah. We got Randy Orton who just hit 40 and he's talking about wrestling for 10, 11 more years too. So, you know,
Guy's in great shape, man. He's in great shape.
yeah. Yeah, I think Randy's in the best shape of his life right now. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, I just want to get on here and give Kenny Omega his roses, man, and hell, let him know that the show just in the podcast proud of him, man, because
Yeah.
I'm just glad I'm able to experience it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's more than him just carrying, 3 belts. A lot of
Right.
people, yeah, he's carrying 3 promotions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's just as busy as
Yeah.
he is, what I'm saying, working in ring. I'm pretty sure he's just busy out the
Yeah.
ring.
Yeah. I really want to see him work with Brian. I'd love to see him work with AJ again, and even a future Randy Orton match. That'd be really special, man. So I'm hoping I at least get one of them three that I mentioned. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't know, man. Marcus wanted to get on here now and talk a little bit. I'll see if I can get him in, man. Let me see. He just wanted to talk shit about Kenny. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I think I'll just catch him on the next time. But like I said, we done pretty much, talked about as much as that we could. Like I said, I don't think he should do any, thing else. But what he's doing right now, he's got his plate full.
Right.
And he ain't really got nothing else to prove to me as far as that go. But I just want to appreciate you, short notice coming through, talking to me about Kenny Omega,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I definitely wanted to get a man his credit. Before we get out of here too, did you get a chance to see the UFC 261 this weekend?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of unfortunate injuries, but man, that leg break with Weidman, that was brutal, man. And it's so weird how Anderson had the same thing, and they were both opponents when that happened too. That deja vu right there. That was so wicked and so weird, man. But I wish the best for Weidman and hope that don't hinder his career. Maybe he comes back from it later on. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, me
man,
too. I
that was
saw when
brutal.
it happened. And like I said, prayers out to his family too as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, is that something you can return from and fight?
I mean, Anderson did, but it took him a long time
He
too. And
snapped
then
his shin. Anderson said
after he did, he's not the same. They're not going to be the same fighter either. They're always going to be more hesitant. I think after that. I mean, who wouldn't be? Obviously, your leg just snapped in half. So if
and
he
he
does
stepped.
return,
Oh my
yeah,
God. And he stepped on it.
yeah, that was man,
Yeah,
that was brutal.
I don't think he noticed it until afterwards. Um, and did you say you caught the Usman fight?
Yeah, that right hand. Yeah, that was. I didn't see that coming, man. I thought it was going to be a wrestling match. I really did. You
That's
know,
what he said. That's what Masvidal said.
yeah, I thought
But
it was.
you can't say that. I took offense to that. You can't get in the octagon ring and say, "I thought we were gonna wrestle." You don't know what they expect when you get in the fucking octagon ring. You know, so you got to be ready for everything.
Yeah,
I feel like that was a chink in his armor right there. You can't just
yeah,
say, "I think we're gonna wrestle." You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready for fucking boxing, wrestling. Like that's what UFC is, ultimate fighting.
yeah. I was really hoping DC was going to smack the hell out of Jake Paul when he got in his face over there. I seen that happen. That was hilarious.
I say this too. I think this whole Jake Paul shit. I think it's just a whole big publicity stunt.
Yeah. He hasn't even fought anybody worth even bragging about yet. So until he actually has a name to actually, say, hey, I went against him or whatever, that's when people are gonna start respecting him more. But he hasn't fought anybody that has a lick of boxing experience besides Ben Askren, who is mainly a wrestler, out of shape Ben Askren at that, so and I think that fight was fixed too. So
Me
I
too. Me too. A lot of people talking about why do you think that? I said I don't know, man. It ended too quickly. I
yeah,
felt like he didn't even. I felt like Ben didn't even get the full power of that punch that supposedly knocked him out. I felt like he kind of touched him, and
yeah, he was all
I feel like
smiles
it was a
afterwards.
flop. I feel like he flopped a little bit.
Yeah, all
Maybe they
smiles
practiced,
afterwards.
huh?
All smiles afterwards.
And a lot of UFC fighters are pissed at him right now, at Jake right now. They want to fight him for real. They say you always get UFC fighters out to the boxing ring, but you never want to come into the like a lot of people want to
Yeah.
get UFC fighters into the octagon, out the octagon, but you don't want to go in the octagon.
And now his brother's fighting Floyd Mayweather coming up. That's gonna be a massacre. I think. Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. I think it's next month. That's gonna be a massacre, man. I don't see Logan Paul getting one round on Mayweather, man. I mean, even though Mayweather's retired, that's an actual boxer, and I don't see that going nowhere.
Actual champion.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, man, I don't get it, man. I guess I just think it's a big publicity stunt. I think, like you said, he hasn't fought anybody of
no,
any thing to be fucking bragging about.
no.
And you know, I think like I said, I think he's just trying to make as much money, get as much fame. He's stacking it, he's putting it in a bag or whatever as much as he can. And I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know. He's he's getting people to buy these Triller pay-per-views and stuff like that to watch it. So I
yeah,
don't know, man. But yeah, UFC 261. I feel like that was better than Mortal Kombat. I watched Mortal Kombat and didn't like it. So I felt like UFC 261 from all the knockouts I saw, from all the bone breaking, all the blood I saw. I said, hell, that's what Mortal Kombat should have been.
yeah. Did you watch that Thriller fight? That Thriller card?
I didn't watch. I didn't.
That thing was so wicked, man. It was. I think it's kind of like celebrity death match. Basically, they have all these like different people fighting each other in a boxing ring, but they're none of them's actual boxers though. They have Frank Mir on there. Then they have even
I
a
saw Frank
slap
Mir.
contest.
Frank Mir.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're going for like a niche or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah. But like I said, this is gonna be a quick episode, man. Like I said, thank you, man. You came. You're gonna have to be my wrestling reporter, man. Whenever I want to get on and talk about, some shit like Kenny Omega winning the Impact, title and AEW title, I need, somebody to, talk with, and you that could be you, you know what I'm saying? Because you came at seconds notice, and I really appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I'm always down, man. I'm a wrestling fan all my life, so whenever you need some wrestling, I'm around. Yeah.
Yeah. I also want to end this too with I've been doing I've been on my comic book stuff lately, so I want to end it with an unboxing. I want to do an unboxing on here. I bought this Friday. I appreciate I ain't gonna say what it is until I get it open, but I appreciate him putting on there, please do not bend. Please do not bend. I definitely would probably buy from this person again because they are sending they wrote on this all they took the time. And when you buy comic books, you want as less, damage on your product as much as possible.
Right.
So I appreciate that he did. So I go ahead and start unboxing it now. Cause I mean he wrote it all over. So I know this dude's serious about his comics, and I probably buy from him again.
Yeah. Now, do you have a big comic book collection?
It's growing.
Yeah,
It's growing. I've just started it recently, but I think WandaVision got me started on it for real. Cause I started watching that show on Disney Plus, and then I don't know, man. Like I just know that like some of these books can go for crazy amounts of money.
Absolutely.
Now I think I initially got into it to possibly flip books, and I have sold a few books since I've been collecting too, and I think that's just part of the game. I think that's gonna happen. You're gonna have a book, somebody's gonna want it. But now the books I do get, I don't really be wanting to sell them. Sometimes if you like them that much, you kind of want to kind of keep it.
Right.
I don't even know how to fucking open this thing. Let me see. But yeah, it's something that grew though, man. Like I've been really like doing it weekly. I got into it now to where because I have been going to like comic book stores and shit's hard. Comic book stores and shit like that, just looking through their stuff.
Right.
Oh, you see? Okay, whatever. I have been going to comic book stores and getting stuff out of here, and I just I don't know, eBay just better. You kind of get what you want,
Right.
You kind of go straight to the book you want when you get it.
Yeah.
I can't do it with you sitting there watching me, man, like that. Like, why are you just sitting there, man? She just want to come right when I'm doing it, man. Like mid-show. Don't show up anytime I'm doing the show. And then do it.
Well, I want to see your comic book.
Well, I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
Bruh. Another box.
Another box.
Hey, they took good care of it.
Do you prefer DC or Marvel, or does it not matter to you?
Not really. Not really. But I have been buying a lot of Marvel though. I guess, to answer it,
Right.
I have been buying a lot of Marvel. He put tape on the front of it too. I don't know if I like that. But maybe it comes off easy. Yeah, it came off easy. Oh yeah. Can you see it? Yeah, it's a newsstand, House of M number one. It's just inspired the WandaVision show. I'll show it to you again. I'll show it to people that's watching it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, came in the mail today. Just wanted to end with that.